Hello to everyone, this is Joanna, and today I'm going to be doing a demo of two of my nail stamping go-to looks. And the reason why I am doing that is the video that will probably be uploaded maybe after this one is the video that I actually did first, which I was doing a nail stamping demo of one of my Beauty Big Bang plates. Well, I had some unfortunate events that happened in that video that will probably make you wonder what in the world I thought I was doing. So I wanted to do this video first, just so you can see, one, I do know what I'm doing and what I'm talking about, because you won't be able to tell it from that video. And two, just to share with you that it's an easy thing to do. And the colors that I have on is a Kiss from Maryland, and this is a Morgan Taylor polish. And that is what is on this hand with one coat of OPI, Pirouette My Whistle. This is a standard nail polish that I do like to use. I have two other glitters that I use, but this is a primary staple in my nail stamping. And the polish that I have on my right hand here is Full Steam Ahead. This is an Essie polish. And I'm going to be trying to use a lot of my Essie polishes up because I find that I do not like Essie as a brand. And this was one of the troubles I was having in the other video, was getting this phone to focus. But I find that a lot of my Essies change color. Although this is a decent color, it was just a smidge more lavender when I first got it. Now what I did to this particular polish for this particular look is I take a sponge and I pat a little bit of white, any white, and that lends to the white splotches you see on there. If you followed me from the beginning, you've heard me mention this during my nail stamping before, that I do that. It gives a little lift, and you can do it with different colors. And I do that with just a piece of cosmetic sponge, and I just tap a little bit on. Now, my base coats that I use, and I go between three, are Dury Rejuvicoat and the Sally Hansen. This one is moisture because there was a blue one. They went from 4-in-1s to 7-in-1s, and the one that I happen to have is a 4-in-1, but it's the same bottle. They add new things to it all the time. Brightening, moisturizing, strengthening. They add something else. It'll be a 10-in-1 before we know it. What I actually have on is my Nail Rebuilding Protein. You see the color here. This is older, but it's still usable. So I am trying to use this up. Now, as far as the topper, when you get done nail stamping, I'll discuss that. And the other thing I do have on is I've been utilizing this yellow stopper. Now this is a base coat to keep nails from going yellow, but in the nail stamping community, this is used as a final topper after your polish that lends a stickiness to hold on to the stamping. You don't have to use this. I just started using this. I've had this bottle for a while. Now, some of your nail stamping basics that you will need is a nail stamping plate, which there are different ones, and you will need a stamper. You will need a stamper, which is this little thing right here, and a scraper, and you will see this card in its new form because me putting the acetone on it has damaged it. It didn't look like this in the first video. And you need a stamper. You can use your cotton rounds or you can use a lint roller. I've just started doing this. I'm going to be using cotton balls on my plates today because I am out of the cotton rounds. However, I do not recommend this because you run into the fact that I could have this manicure full of little hairy cottons before we're done, but I'm going to try with all my might not to. Now, what I was saying that I spoke of too soon is you need a nail stamping plate. They come in a variety of sizes. These are the two that I will be using today to share with you my go-to looks. And I do these looks on these two colors all the time. Another, they come in varieties like this, where they are little scenes or they are little single images. And plates come in different forms, different prices. They're as cheap as 99 cents to $10 a plate. These are reusable. This one is a CC and Sissy acrylic plate. And I have Queen double-sided plates. You can get big sheet plates. And I will say nail stamping can be used by everyone. If you haven't seen one of my videos on it before or anyone else's, it can be used by everyone. Adults, children, if you have a little 3 or 4-year-old little girl that you let her wear little toenail polish, you can put a little butterfly or something on her feet. The plates come in sports, religion, just about in everything today. So nail stamping goes across the board. So what I'm going to share with you here is we're going to go ahead and I'm going to share with you my go-to look. Now, what happened in my other video is I spilled my cherry Coke all over the place. My whole table got sticky. I tried to wipe it up. I had to mop the floor. And you will see some of that. You won't see the Coke spill, but when you see that video compared to this one, you'll see what I mean. So we're going to get into stamping. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I think I'm going to do this hand right here. And this look that I'm going to do on this hand, I am going to be using my Conad plate. Conad plates are $6.99 from a company called Wow So Cool. They may have gone up since then. I typically use this particular one a lot, and I'll either use it upside down or right side up. It just depends on what I'm feeling. And I've done this in various colors. I've done it in my Zoya Robin with black and white splotches. I've done it in my orange with white splotches and white, just whatever color that you want. Now this polish that I have here is an older one. It is a Conad one, and this is back from when I was ordering, guys, in 2012. I could not find my Violet Mundo de Unis. If you have a black polish that is opaque, you can use that. If you have metallic polishes over black, you can use that. Now, I was using my placemat, and that's what I got the Coke all over. Now, I want to show you first. You put the polish on the plate, and I'm going to show you a little bit more in detail. But I'm going to take this image right here, and we're going to put it on the nail for you to be able to see. And again, like I said, this is one of my go-to looks. So I hope that you'll be able to see this because this phone is just playing big time games today. But I'm going to do this again so that you can see it. And then I take my little lint roller like such. And this is what I do. Now, what I was saying was if you have, you need acetone as well. If you have acrylic nails, or the kind that you go to the salon to get, because I know now there are different forms. You can do nail stamping with that because you actually have the luxury, if you've got that kind of service where when you take and you put your nail polish or anything on there and it doesn't take your polish off, you can play around with that and you can put white splotches on there and whatever you want to do and just do some nail stamping. So this is what we're going to do. You see this? You want enough polish on there to move it into the grooves. This is why I was glad that I had that camera that I had. However, I'm not even utilizing it right now. But it had that downward thing on it. And see, that's not a great pickup because of how I did that. So I'm going to do that again. And what we're going to do is we're going to go along and I'm just going to stamp this on every finger that I'm going to put this one on the middle finger. And hopefully I'm here where you can see what I'm doing. Not to mention I am getting nail stamping polish all over my table. Because that was not picking up. Now, the cotton rounds that you want to use when it comes to nail stamping, there is a brand called Vega. They are really, really good. I'm just out of those at the moment. So whenever I get them, I tend to order a lot of them at a time. And I get those from Amazon. But they are very hard to find on Amazon. I have to type in a variety of words like V-A-G-A. And once I do find them, that is why I will go ahead and order several at a time because it's just hard to find them online. Used to be on Amazon, I could just type in Vega cotton rounds and it was no problem. And now I have to type in Vega, then I type in cotton rounds, then I start looking at pictures and then they'll pop up. But they do not come up automatically. And I hate that. So I'm going to, let me see. So what I was saying was I'm going to pick up this other little image right here and put that on my middle finger. And sometimes if you have a scraper, and this bottle of polish is old, I'm surprised it still works. But sometimes if you have a stamper, I'm sorry, not scraper, that has a little bit of give and a little bit of stretch to it, it really helps. Going to take that right there and we're going to put it right along here just like that. So this hand right here, as far as the look, if I can get that to focus, is complete. And hopefully that will come in for you there. That's the thing. I never know about this phone. What makes it focus and what doesn't. I guess it just depends on what I'm holding and where. So we're going to pause for a minute. There it goes. I was going to say we'll pause for a minute. We'll do the other hand and then we'll clean up, okay? Now to clean up, I just use my Zoya Remove and a Q-tip. And for top coat, I will either use my Seche Vite or my HK Girl. Sometimes I'll use the HK Girl if I leave a manicure on for a few days over top of the Seche Vite, like if I have it on for 2 or 3 days. And all I do is I take a Q-tip and I go round. Now there are some things like cuticle guard and things like that you can buy, and those little, I think they're little vinyls, little nail vinyls that protect the nail. I don't have any of those, but I do want some, and all of that is inexpensive. I just think that nail stamping is a nice hobby if you want to do your own nails. It's also a nice hobby if you go and get your nails done, but you just want to change up your manicure on your own. But like I said, make sure that you have that service that no matter what you do, your polish doesn't come off, because my friend at one of my jobs would go and get her nails done, and then she would always have me to stamp a design on there. And if we messed it up and I took the print off with nail polish remover or acetone, it did not mess with her manicure. So this might be a little bit faded because I put the top coat on there right away. And on the other hand, I'm going to show you, you always want to use a nice bead of top coat because you don't want your design to fade. Now, I did mine a little bit too soon, so you can see that there. But this is a go-to look that I do. I do this quite often. I don't do it as much as I used to because I've gotten kind of spoiled by nail stamping. If I paid for something like this, I'd be trying to hang on to it and keep it as long as I could, but because I do it on my own. But this is a go-to look that I do, like I said, in a variety of different colors. The polish I used was Royal Purple. And again, I had an Essie polish. So now I'm going to share with you what I do with this. So for this look, again, I have used my Morgan Taylor, A Kiss from Maryland. And when I don't use this shade, I use the China Glaze Hot Flash. I have found that when I have both the polishes on the table, I do use them interchangeably, so it doesn't really matter which one you use. And for this one, we're going to use 2 plates. We're going to do some hearts on 2 nails, and the writing on the other nail, you can angle it or you can make it straight. And the nail polish, the nail stamping polish I'm going to use is called Bones. So we're going to go ahead and do this. And this isn't like a time-consuming thing. It's just with me trying to show it and using my phone. But I think this will better explain it than the other video that I did. And I'm really lucky if I don't have any cotton fuzzies on my hands right now, because that could have really happened. So what we're going to do here is the same thing. And I'm going to try to do... I don't know how I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to put the hearts on the 2 fingers. The index and the ring finger. And then this is another look that I do all the time with the words right there like that. And since I've got the words right there, they're going to go on my thumb as well. And my nail stamping polishes are kind of thick because, guys, if you remember, if you followed me when I just, was doing more nail stamping, you will know that a lot of these were polishes that I bought then. Some of them as early as 2012, but the Mundo de Unas has changed over the years. She went to bottles with labels and beads and things at the bottom of them. But I find that I really do like script nails. And as you can see, and I hope I'm not getting anything all over my jacket, because I no longer have the mat here under my table, like I said. But you just take this like that. And that completes that part. So now we're going to move to this plate, in which I believe I'm going to take these hearts. So I'm going to pause for a minute. Now you want to always wipe your plate off with acetone, and that's why it's important to have those cotton rounds. But like I said, you can use cotton balls in a pinch, but the fact that I am not getting a bunch of fuzzies all over me right now is a miracle. And I really want to show you clearer. If you can see that, I just can't hold it up too long because it won't stamp. But the Mundo de Unis polishes do give you a little bit more time than most, because nail stamping polishes, the moment you pick them up, especially if you are working with metallics and you want to put enough polish in the grooves so that you get your pickup. And I will say this, a beginning kit can be found at Walmart. We don't have it at the Walmart that I go to, but my friend that lives by the West Side Walmart does. It's a little kit with a stamper, a polish, and a plate. And I just lost mine. So I'm going to try to hold this so you can see it. And we're going to clean up with you right here with me. And I'm going to share with you this process right here. And I got to be careful because I'm in this nail polish remover. I'm glad that my table is marble and I can clean this mess off. Okay, so this is where we're going to share with you. If you have any questions or anything like that, just ask me below. And like I said, you've probably seen many people's nail stamping videos and what have you. But if you haven't, I just wanted to do this because the one that's going to upload after this one, even though it was done first, I have never ever had that kind of trouble with nail stamping before, and I've had drinks by me all the time, but I mean that whole cup of cherry Coke. And of course it went everywhere. And nothing that I was using was absorbing it, and so that's why no drinks were brought to the table with me this go round. But also, this manicure will last just like standard nail polish. I mean, if you have polish that chips in a couple of days, just because it's nail stamping and we're doing most of what we're doing, I don't mind that because like I said, I actually like for my polish to chip because I generally only keep something on no more than 2 to 3 days. And if I work, the reason I take it off daily is because with all the hand washing, it's going to chip anyway. But as you know, that polish that I had on, I said I was so enamored with it that I didn't want to take it off. I haven't had that in years. Now, the rest of this will come off with hand washing. So here's where I want to show you what I mean when I say you want to make sure there is a bead on your stamping polish. You don't want to have all of it off of there. You want it about like this. You know what I mean? And you want that part to glide on your nail because you just want to float that brush over the design. And like I said, even when it's not Valentine's Day here, the 2 fingers that have the hearts on them, sometimes I'll do flowers. Sometimes I will do a different scene. It's just that I had the plate with the hearts today. But I do this look a lot. So it doesn't really matter. It's just whatever you want. And each one of these looks is interchangeable with each color. Like I could very well have done this same look over here on the hand with the purple. So this right here is what it looks like for right now. This is when I would go and I would wash my hands, you know. The Sèche Vite takes about 5 minutes to dry. But I really like the look of this whenever I get it all done. With that white, it kind of gives the polish a little bit of lift. And I'm really trying to hold this so you can see this. And I don't exactly know because I don't like that it's looking blurry on you. I want you to be able to see. Okay, that right there, you can see that one really good. And I need to wash my hands. Now, what I was saying was the Sèche Vite dries in like 5 minutes. So this hand right here that I already did is touch dry. Now, I can't go digging in my purse, but it's touch dry. That means I can go in there and wash my hands. So I'm going to pause, go clean my hands up a little bit, come back and apply a little lotion. You can have these items. You don't have to have them. And then I will show you what it looks like a little bit cleaned up better. All right, everyone. So that is it. And again, these were the plates that I used. This one right here for this hand. And this one. And then this one right here for this hand in purple. And I can do just about any little print over this as well. I wish this would come in. So again, the rest of this will come off with my normal hand washing throughout the evening. And even though these are two different looks, guys, I'm going to leave this on, even though I'm going to be going places tomorrow, because I can take it off on Thursday. So even if you just do a plain polish, you just need a black or a white to stamp in. You can do any image that you want. If you just get you one good plate. And again, for those of you that like collection videos, I do have a nail stamping collection up. I had to split it up when I did it in small plates and sets. But the only reason I haven't done a new one is because I've only been buying nail stamping plates over the last 2 years again. I don't feel like I have enough to do a new collection. And as you all know, I have been taking up residence at Bath & Body Works with small stayovers at Alex and Ani. So a lot of the funds that I was putting towards my nail polish and nail stamping and books that I was reading is now taking care of my Bath & Body Works. I don't know, should I call it habit, condition, whatever. And we know that I'm going to be after a few candles and things like that. But every blue moon, some new nail stamping plates do catch my eye. Some of my favorites are Moyu London, Lena, Uber Chic. If you get on Instagram and type some of those in, you'll be able to see their looks. The plates can range, like I said, from as cheap as 99 cents. From Bundle Monster is now Maniology, Beauty Big Bang, to $10, which is your Moyu London. Lena nail stamping plates. Uber Chic comes in sets. I used to not like sets, but now I'm kind of, they're growing on me. But you can do a whole lot with just one nail stamping plate. I just happen to have excess of every single thing that I love. But again, you don't need very much at all. You just need a plate. You need a stamper, you need a scraper, you need a black or a white polish, and a top coat. It doesn't even have to be HK Girl or Seche Vite. I see people using other top coats, but these are the two I get a lot. The HK Girl I have to order. Where I live at, Blondie's has it for $5.69. It's the cheapest that I've ever seen it, because everywhere else it is it's $7 to $10. Even at Sally's, sometimes they'll have a buy one, get one. I'll get it there. But for the most part, things like that and this acetone, I buy in bulk. So you don't need a whole lot. So while I'm throwing things, my word. So if you have a Walmart in your area, check out Queen. They are the ones that make these plates right here. And this was actually a 4-piece set. Very beautiful set. Double-sided. I did one of my first giveaways was actually a large nail stamping giveaway. So if you're interested in nail stamping, please look into it. And also look into it for your little girl. If you allow your daughter to wear polish, or you have a little granddaughter or a little niece that you know can have her little feet polished, you can get single little images to put on her little feet. I think this is something really lovely across the board. I have mentioned that. You can have a nail stamping party. If you have teenagers, preteens, maybe adults get together. The friend that I told about this said that she whipped out her daughter's Christmas gift of nail stamping to show to her sisters, and they ended up having a nail stamping party. So they all chipped in and ordered her daughter lots of polish and new plates. We don't live in a city. You might live in a city where there's a kiosk for nail stamping. If they try to pitch you with a $40 or $50 deal, no. Get yourself online, get on eBay, get on wowsocool.com, get on Amazon. You can get a whole nail stamping kit, like I said, at Walmart for $9.99. Some of the nail polish companies like Caption and Morgan Taylor are cashing in on it, and their sets are $29. You don't have to go that far. Nail stamping is all over Instagram. It's all over YouTube. But I did want to do this because the video that's going to be after this one is so choppy. You're going to wonder, how in the world do I think I know what I'm doing? But I just hope that you like it. I'm sorry that this is so long. And if you Art nail stamping, look into it. It's actually where I begun on here, and it's where I'm going to be getting back to. I need to get back to what I was doing. So until the next time, everyone have a great evening.